Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. I think we should start in the daily time frame, and a few people asked me what would be the next support area should we see a break below our upper support area here on the daily chart. Well, first of all, I hope we don't break it. It would make the chart definitely more complicated, but it's possible. So I wanted to share with you what would be some alternative wave counts. We talked about them before, but might be worth as a refresher. And then, so the most straightforward count is obviously the white one, which is the most aggressively bullish one. And all Ether needs to do is to hold the current support area and then rally in wave 5. And we have basically here, from the 2022 low, a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 to the downside, another 1-2 setup. And then we are basically now in this larger third wave, that would be completed with one more high. And then ideally we get another 4-5 and another 4-5, and there we go. There we are in all-time high territory. That would be in, and not only all-time high territory, but all-time high target territory, around 8K plus. But this is the most straightforward bullish count in an impulse. And however, because as you can see, Ether is moving in a wave 5, different counts have to be taken into consideration, which will, however, only become primary consideration if the price fails to hold the support area. So in one scenario, we're dealing with a triangle that's highlighted in yellow. And in this count, we have an A wave down from the previous all-time high. And this is now a B wave rally. It's only in 3 waves so far of a triangle. B wave triangle. B wave triangle waves can even overshoot, but so far it's not doing that. Then we could get a C wave down, a D wave up, and an E wave down. It could take us into a very, very long sideways consolidation phase, great for range traders, but potentially frustrating. And then the wave 4 would just finish a little later and never finished in June 22. And we could then rally in a 5th wave to all-time highs. This is what I would be watching for if the price cannot hold our initial support area here. Now, what would be target or support areas then for yellow wave C in that triangle? Well, I would actually need to start measuring from the early 21 high. So we would take the length of that A wave to the downside, which developed probably as a flat. Then we look at the recent high. And in terms of possible targets, we're looking at 2 levels normally that we should watch. One is the 61.8 extension and one is the 38.2 extension. Well, somewhere in between. We talk about 1,536 and 2,243. That's at least a support zone that might be worth watching. I will actually add that to the chart right now because I want people to be prepared. It's not that I'm telling you it will break or something, but it's definitely something that we would have to consider. So I will take out the ones that we don't need. And so do this. Let's see if that actually works. So at least we've got something on the charts as an additional area to watch. Yeah, this would be for this C wave. And make it like that. Yeah, so this is one support area. There's another way of measuring it, and we could just simply say we take the entire distance from the June 22 low, go to the top, and then we're looking for the area all the way down to the 78.6 fib level. That partially overlaps. I mean, we would need to give it a bit more space, but I would say, I mean, ideally it doesn't break below the orange support line. So let's leave that first on the chart. But then there's the blue count as well. Well, the blue count suggests that we are dealing here with a diagonal pattern. In a diagonal pattern, this here is an A, B, C structure. The initial move to the upside, okay? Or 1, 2, and then A, B, C in wave 3. That's possible, okay? So that we say maybe wave 1 finished here or actually here. That actually might be even better. 1, 2, and then this here is an A, B, C, And I would think we have to go with that one. Should there be a break below support, in addition to the triangle one, consider them both. In this scenario, we could get a wave 4 pullback, and I would argue that probably the support area is the same. Yeah, because in a wave 4, in blue, we don't want the price to break below the golden ratio, and that's at 1780. So the orange support region should cover that anyway, okay? So I will specify these support areas in more detail should we have a break below support. But I just want to give you maybe some peace of mind or whatever, just to give you some ideas where the prices might be falling if we're breaking below initial support. If we see further signs that it might do that, and at the moment I hope it would hold, but you know, the market doesn't care about what I hope, right? So we have to be prepared for that. And yeah, if we see a break below support, it's likely blue. I will probably first prioritize the blue count, which would be the diagonal pattern. And then we are still looking for a fifth wave to the upside afterwards, which would be an ABC structure. And we might, however, if that starts from here, we might not quite get to an 8K plus. Yeah. That's sort of what I'm tracking right now. But then be aware that even diagonals can always extend. So they might morph and extend, and we might eventually get to that 8K level or even more. So that's sort of what I'm watching on the daily time frame. Just thought it makes sense to talk about it and the alternatives. Don't want to put too much stuff on this chart here. So otherwise I would also, I mean, yeah, no, you know, maybe I should add the support area for the diagonal if it unfolds. And it's typically, we don't want them to break below the golden ratio level. So, but I should add the golden ratio level to the chart. Yeah, it's just an additional area of interest. I mean, technically speaking, it would start at the 38.2 FIB. So that's at 2,461. So you see, we might not drop much more, but it still allows for a much lower pullback, okay? So it might be that we just break below 2975 and hit 2461. Either way, until we see a first impulsive reaction to the upside, there is no low in place, and we technically need to look for lower prices. But I'm exploring if the current support area is holding, of course. So at the moment, this is the short-term chart. Really no addition to yesterday, so I'll keep this short because I wanted to focus more on the daily chart. Here, yeah, I mean, is it possible that wave 4 bottomed? Yes. Do I see it as very likely? Not really, because there's absolutely no evidence it has. Idea would be that we're forming a healthy B wave like Bitcoin, and it's possible that in this B wave we bottomed in wave in this wave 4, we bottomed in wave A in yellow. That was here on Wednesday. We're now in the B wave rally, which formed already an A wave. Possible local low in wave B already. Okay, might get one more low. Should ideally hold 3,164. And then we could rally from there in wave C of B. And then from there, we might start that larger C wave. So it's just a more complex wave 4, but it needs a healthy B wave or the C wave will run out of space. And we can go with the impulsive count that I showed you on the daily chart, which would be the most straightforward one, as long as we're holding 2,977. If a C wave starts from here to the upside, it should target 3,818 to 4,214 ideally. Any break below yesterday's low would increase probabilities that wave B already topped, but then the C wave will likely break support because it will run out of space. Yeah, that's at the moment what my perspective is about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.